He's going to take it himself for a championship.
A double play wins it the break.
Turn it to the end zone. What a catch. The Cayetano touchdown.
Into the layup, goes at the buzzer.
Lucia wins it. The championship.
Bank Kid Captain of the game, True Scare of Gibault. Building strong brand of leaders, one family, one street, one city at a time since 1868. Visit easy.com to learn more. Easy Bank, building business for wealth since 1868 under FDIC. One time, a big hand for our Easy Bank Kid Captain of the game, True Scare of Gibault. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this first semifinal game of the 2023 IHSA Class 1A State Baseball Tournament. On the scoreboard for this first semifinal, the visitors will be the Hawks of Waterloo, Gibault Catholic. The Black Cats of Goreville will be the home team. Winner of this game will be winner of the next game tomorrow for the Class 1A Championship. Now let's meet the teams for this first 1A semifinal. For the visiting team, the Hawks of Waterloo Gibault Catholic, who entered this game with a record of 22-14. Please meet head coach Andy Scare, with a career record of 294 and 302 over 18 years. Assistant coach Jeff Bell. And Eric Schrader. Now for the non-starters. Number 6, Tyler Wally. Number 7, Michael Wessel. Number 8, Andy Altest. Number 14, Nathaniel Atkinson. Number 16, Noah Kanger. Number 17, Jai Bennington. Number 18, JJ Kinsey. Number 20, Thomas Schaefer. Number 22, Jack Bessler. And number 35, Dave Kaselik. And now for the starting lineup. Leading off today's starting pitcher, number 4, Cameron Handy. Batting second and playing center field, number 5, Daniel Guerin. Batting third and catching, number 10, Hudson Blank. Batting fourth and playing left field, number 19, Brady Biffer. Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 2, Ty Frederick. Batting sixth and playing at first base, number 15, Tyler Furtich. Batting seventh, the second baseman, number 12, Darren Kumpelman. Batting eighth and playing in right field, number 25, Peyton Schaefer. And batting ninth, the shortstop, number 23, Jack Keeman. Now, the home team on the scoreboard for this first semifinal, the Black Cats of Goreville. Winner of the game with a record of 25-13. Using head coach Sean Tripp with a career record of 413 and 211 over 20 years. Assistant coaches, Aiden Tripp, Greg Shepard, and Michael Smothers. Now, the non-starters. 0, Grant Kropp. Number 3, Will Hester. Number 7, Colin Carter. Number 18, Nick Lingle. Number 20, Lincoln Turley. Number 23, Noah Green. Number 24, Dawson Cloud. And number 28, Tommy King. And now, the starting lineup. off, the shortstop, number 12, Cole Trick. Batting second and playing at second base, number 5, Hunter Francis. Batting third, the center fielder, number 2, Tyler Suits. Batting fourth and catching, number 9, Ian Sobchak. Batting fifth and playing at third base, number 31, Eric Church. Batting sixth, today's starting pitcher, number 4, Drake Moss. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, number 8, Zach Green. Green hitting the first baseman, number 33, Levi Damon. Batting eighth and playing right field, number 11, Drake Buffington. And batting ninth, the left fielder, number 26, Nick Gower. The umpires for this first semifinal game. Behind the plate from Canton, Fred Marriott. Along the first base line from Rockford, Gary Budzinski. And along the third base line from Canton, Gerald Lowe. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise if you are able. Gentlemen, remove your caps and face the colors so left of the center field or hand your heart. And join our soloist, Josephine Gibbs, a senior from Farmington High School, as she sings our national anthem. The IHSA, where directors and member schools expect to promote sportsmanship by all athletes, coaches, students, parents, and spectators.
Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Dozer Park in Peoria, Illinois. Yes, sir, once again, it is time for the 1A and 2A baseball championships this week in Illinois. Hi again, I'm Dave Bernhardt, joined by Hall of Fame coach Mark Lindo. We're going to get things started here today with a couple of familiar teams. Gibault Catholic, the Hawks coming in at 22-14, and they will take on the Goreville Black Cats. Black Cats 25-13 on the season. Mark, Dozer Park, no stranger to either one of these two programs.
Yes, of course, Sean Tripp's brought his team here on numerous occasions, 6 or 7 it would be, and just 4 years ago. The Hawks were here from Gibault as well, and of course they had some success in basketball this winter, getting the finals, so I don't think there'll be any of those proverbial nerves for either team today. Just ready to play some ball.
Well, you speak of Gibault. They won the Class 1A basketball championship first in their history. They're going to look to do the same here in baseball. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for the Hawks from Gibault Catholic. They are the visiting team by virtue of a coin flip the other day. It'll be Cameron Hanvey. He'll lead it off, and he'll be the pitcher today. Daniel Darren's in center, Hudson Blank behind the plate. Hitting in the cleanup spots, the pitcher, Brady Biffer, followed by Ty Frederick over at third. Tyler Furtich is the the first baseman. Darren Kunkelman at second. Batting eighth, Peyton Schaefer, the right fielder. And the shortstop, Jack Keevan, will bat ninth. Defensively, for Goreville, the home team, it'll be Nick Gower in left, Tyler Suits in center, and Drake Buffington in right. Third baseman's Garrett Church. Cole Tripp's the shortstop. Hunter Francis and Levi Damon occupy the right side of the infield for the Black Cats. It will be Ian Sobchak behind the plate and Drake Moss on the mound.
Drake Moss, 5'11" junior. He comes in 5-1 with a 2.49 earned run average and 45 innings pitched. He's punched out 60 and walked just 13. For the first pitch of the 2023 State Tournament Hall of Fame voice, Dave Bernhard.
Thank you very much, Mark. Going to be Cameron Hanvey to lead things off. And his first pitch is bunted foul the third base side. Hanvey, a left-handed hitter, right-handed thrower. We'll see that in the bottom half of this inning. 5'11", 165-pound senior leads this team in batting average at .398. Also tops the team in runs scored from the leadoff spot with 46. Drake Moss will deliver. Very quickly, he's on top of the count, 0-2.
Slow breaking ball, keeping Hanvey's timing off early on. See if he tries to go up and above his hands here.
This one will be sliced in onto the berm. No activity there yet from any young people. We'll see that later on today. And speaking of later on today, full day of action, 4 games. This game number 1, the second Class 1A semifinal, will be Newman Central Catholic taking on Henry Senachwine. And then we'll gear it up for Class 2A, Columbia and DePaul College Prep in the first 2A semifinal this afternoon. Close it out with the big one, Joliet Catholic Academy and Quincy Notre Dame. This one is skied left in foul territory, and that too ends up on the berm.
Nick Gower in left field, playing just about straight away. Left-handed hitter, 2 strikes. He might want to shorten up just a bit, as he does right there, and get a little bit to the line. A ball off the bat will go to the left field line, so good adjustment by left fielder Gower, playing the situation.
Goreville defense playing Hanvey straight away. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and that'll just miss outside. Sobchak tried to give it a little help, but our home plate umpire in this ball game, Fred Marriott, would have none of that. Gary Bidzinski is at first, and Gerald Lowe, the third base umpire. 3-man crew here in the state finals. Softly out to the second baseman. Hunter Francis gobbles it up, and over to Damon. Hanvey gets down the line and Hurley, but 1 up, 1 down.
Good job by Hunter Francis. Easy play, and he made it easy just by staying down, getting the glove down low level. Knew he had plenty of time, and they get the oh-so-important first out of the inning.
That'll bring up left-hand hitting Daniel Darren, center fielder for the Gibault Catholic Hawks. Darren, a .382 average on the season, 8 doubles and 5 home runs hitting out of the 2-hole. Those 8 doubles and 2 home runs are team-leading numbers.
Good power. Slugging percentage would be there. Well-built young man. 5'11", 165, but he looks like he's got more pounds on him than that.
To the right side and through. That'll be a base hit for Daniel Darren. First hit of the ball game, and that'll set it up for Hudson Blank.
Darren did a good job keeping his hands back, waiting, let the ball get deep to him. Saw it and then just dropped the barrel of the bat right over the top. Found the hole between first base and second base. See if he can create something on the bases.
Hudson Blank now to step in. Moss will work from the stretch. Pretty good lead over there at first for Darren, and they are first pitch swinging. Fly ball short left field off the glove of Cole Tripp. And the error will put runners at first and second. That ball was up there a long time. Nick Gower was closing on it. Tripp pretty much wanted it all the way. But runners aboard here for the Hawks.
Yeah, Cole Tripp kept drifting some more. That probably would have been a much easier play for Gower. I don't know how they verbalize communication between each other, but probably an easier catch for Gower coming in.
Brady Biffer at the plate. 3 of the first 4 hitters here for Gibault. Hit from the left side. Biffer, the left fielder. Sobchak wants to have a quick conversation with Moss. He has a runner at second in form of Tyler Suits. They want to make sure he's not peeking in and getting something here.
Biffer, 267 hitter, but he has driven in 21 runs in this RBI situation he's in now.
He's going to pull it to the right side. An easy play for Levi Damon. Both runners will advance to second and third on the ground out. 2 gone.
So with that breaking ball of Moss, Sobchak, the catcher, is to make sure he gets down, blocks everything, keeps the ball in play on a breaking ball especially.
Ty Frederick, number 5 hitter, 323 average, 33 runs batted in this season. He's got 2 in scoring position here, and they are really getting after that first pitch, Mark.
Yeah, they have really been aggressive, not getting into a pitch count, but going and being in attack mode.
Moss working quickly. Bouncer to third. Backhand, long throw from Church to first. The pick at first by Damon, and they'll get him.
What a play by Garrett Church. Saved 1, possibly 2 runs. They negate the error with that fine web gem right there. Nice play by Church. Nice pick by Damon, and they're out of the inning.
Well,
This NFHS Network Championship event is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors.
so Gibault gets a couple of runners on in the first inning, moving to second and third, but that is it. Let's head to the bottom of the first, and Goreville Black Cats coming to bat.
This NFHS Network Championship event is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors.
I can't use it up. Welcome back to Peoria. Time to check out the starting lineup, the batting order for Goreville. It'll be Cole Tripp, the shortstop, to lead things off. He'll be followed by Hunter Francis and Tyler Suits in center field. Middle of the order for the Black Cats, Ian Sobchak behind the plate, hitting in the 5th spot. The third baseman, Garrett Church. Drake Moss pitching and batting 6th. It'll be Zach Green, the designated hitter, and he is batting for the first baseman, Levi Damon. Order rounded out by right fielder Drake Buffington and left fielder Nick Gower. Defensively, Brady Biffers in left, Daniel Darren in center, Peyton Schaefer is the right fielder, Ty Frederick at third, Jack McKeevan at second, Darren Kunkelman to second baseman, Tyler Furtage is at first, Hudson Blank behind the plate, and Cameron Hanvey will get the ball here in this first Class 1A semifinal.
Hanvey comes in 9-3, 59 innings pitched, 2.85 earned run average. Very solid earned run average on the season. Allowed just 61 hits, 35 punch-outs, 10 base on balls.
Cole Tripp gets a piece of that one. It evens up at the count at 1-1. Tripp, 5'11", sophomore, 234 batting average, so not a big number batting average-wise in that right-hand batter's box. This one, and it's gloved by Hanvey, picks himself up and makes the play. Slick play by Hanvey. Pick up the first out of the inning.
Just a very athletic play, falling off the other side, but able to regroup his body, stab it with his glove, had the presence of mind that he had plenty of time to get the 1-3 put out for the first out of the inning.
Well, you mentioned Cameron Hanvey, athlete. He was on that state championship basketball team, hit a game winner to get his team to Champaign, and in the championship game, 9 assists and 5 steals for Hanvey, and he's facing second baseman Hunter Francis.
Be attending Blackburn College next year, but got some work to do here in Peoria first.
Ball is strike in and out. Historically, for Gibault, a championship finish in 2013 under head coach Andy Scare. They finished second here in 2019. It's the 4th appearance overall for Waterloo Gibault.
Andy Scare comes in 294 and 302 on his career.
Line drive up the middle, and there is Goreville's first hit of the day off the bat of Hunter Francis.
Vast outfield here in Peoria. Puts a lot of pressure on every team's center fielder. Much more ground to cover than they are used to on a regular high school type field. 400 to straightaway center.
Hanvey from the stretch, facing Tyler Suits. And this ball's hit hard to left field, giving ground. Left fielder back, near the track. Brady Bifford couldn't handle it. Hunter Francis being waved to third. Now he's going to be waved home. Here's the throw, here's the tag. He's safe. All the way around first base. From first base, Hunter Francis. RBI double from Tyler Suits.
Well, he put a charge in that ball. Bifford just kept drifting, as well as the baseball. Hit the base of the wall. Sean Tripp said, we are going to gamble with one out. Relatively close play at home, but a really easy, safe call for the first run of the ball game.
Well, that didn't take long. Single double. I'll bring up cleanup hitter Ian Sobchik. Hanvey looks to second. Sobchik waves that pitch up and away.
Interesting aside after that long double by Suits. Probably, in retrospect, should have been at third base as he would have read the flight of the ball going home on the cutoff.
That ball had some pretty good carry to it. You know, and Bifford was certainly surprised by it in left field. Wind only about 1-2 miles an hour, and as we speak, the flag in center field is hanging right against the pole. 86 degrees here at 10 a.m. We're going to have a hot weekend here in Peoria. 2-2, foul tip, strike three.
Good job fouling that ball right into the glove by Hudson Blank to get the strikeout.
One more run out there for Garrett Church, third baseman for Goreville. Church, 6'2" freshman. He's knocked in 20 runs this season on a .250 batting average. Freshman hitting in that fifth spot in the order. Hanvey delivers to even up the count at 1-1.
Hanvey really likes that slider or cutter, if you will. Fastball not overpowering in the mid-70s.
Took a little off it, put a little spin to it, and the count's 1-2.
Got to make a quality pitch here. He should be a good 2 to 3 inches off the dish here. See if he can get a swinging strikeout.
Just missed.
Really good plate discipline by Church.
2-2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Goreville striking for the quick lead here in the bottom. Church gets a piece of it. This is a spinner. It will stay foul, and those are the type of balls that once you hit that dirt, you get that little sideways spin on it. Can't give up on it either way, hitter or fielder.
Yeah, and then once it rolled off the grass, as soon as that ball's foul and you know you can't make a play, defensively your first job is to get your glove on it and get that foul call immediately before that ball does something that, some kind of strange twist to go back into fair territory.
Church off his fist softly and drops in front of the third baseman, Ty Frederick.
He got that ball right on his hands.
Oh, if this were not an 86 degree day, maybe it was more like 36, 46.
That would hurt. You know, the exit velocity on that ball, about 12.
Church waves at a pitch up in the zone, and Hanvey goes back-to-back with strikeouts to close the first inning. However, single from Francis, RBI double from Tyler Suits, and it's a 1-0 game. Goreville after 1.
Academy Sports and Outdoors has something for everyone in your family, from top sports brands to backyard cooking, or the best in the outdoors. The North Face, Yeti, Columbia, or Magellan Outdoors, Academy has it all. Whether you're celebrating familiar traditions or exploring new ones, we've got what you need in here to have fun out there. Start your next adventure and make lifelong family memories at Academy Sports and Outdoors. Download our app or shop at academy.com.
You're watching live coverage of the IHSA Baseball Championships on the NFHS Network. NFHSnetwork.com/IHSA is your destination for the most comprehensive coverage of Illinois high school playoff action. First of 4 games today. Newman Central Catholic and Henry Senachwine will follow immediately after this one. And then we go to 2A. Columbia and DePaul College Prep, followed by Joliet Catholic and Quincy Notre Dame.
Drake Moss now on the hill with a 1-run lead. We'll mention it throughout our 16 broadcasts, but when your team scores as a pitcher, next job is to get a shutout inning and keep the momentum that you have after that long double in the first inning scored the run.
Tyler Furdich, the first baseman, to lead things off here in the top of the second inning. Just like that, he's up in the count. 2 balls, no strikes. Furdich, 5'10", 165-pound sophomore. And he's looking at a 3-0 count.
Gibault's last loss was on May 13th, 4-3 against a really fine Columbia team we'll see later today.
Furdich will be taking all the way, and he'll look at strike 1.
Right here, you don't need to take 2, but you need to sit dead right on a fastball only.
And he'll head down to first base. Leadoff batter aboard. And that'll bring up Darren Kunkelman, the second baseman for the Hawks.
Plate number 12, Darren Kunkelman.
Kunkelman, a .239 average, will be followed in the order by Peyton Schaefer. Andy Scare down at third base. See if they want to go sack early here.
I would think 239 hitter, you want to move the runner along. We shall see. Long hold.
Show no signs of bunting, though third baseman Garrett Church was in on the cut of the grass. That's 5 of the first 6 pitches that Drake Moss has missed on here in the second inning. Paints the outside corner there.
Yeah, he's flying open his front side just a bit. Needs to close down front side. You get that help from your catcher. Your pitcher's missing outside consistently, even though you want to go location. Sometimes you got to give up location for a strike. Move your pitcher back into the inside.
Now the count 1-1, and for the second straight time, Moss will throw over.
Hunter Francis, second baseman for Goreville, playing double play depth. That means he's over towards second. Big hole on the right side.
Moss struggling to find the zone here consistently. Big hole on the right side, big hole in right center field. Should Kunkelman find it. Showing a little respect here for Furdich. Kunkelman, the open stance, he'll close it up. That is off the windows here in the press level here at Dozer Park.
Good job by Kunkelman. He consciously trying to go to the right side there. Tried to stay inside the baseball, drive it that way. 2 strikes, unless you're a great bat handler now, you just got to put it in play.
Ooh, a little bit of a lean at first base from Furdich. Just about got caught in the middle. Had a little bit of a lean. I think he may have been trying to take maybe one more half step. There he goes. Chopper off the hands. Moss will have it the underhand toss, and that works just like a sacrifice bunt. That was quite likely some sort of hit and run. Oh, with 2 strikes, you weren't going to swing at anything, but good job by Kunkelman to advance the runner.
Always interested in the analytics. You know, once it got to 2-2, I thought he wouldn't go until 3-2. But Andy Scare knows his team, knows his personnel.
Strike call to Peyton Schaefer. Schaefer just a .215 batting average. I'll wave at that one.
Outfield's moved in just a bit. Chance to throw out the runner on second.
Trip, token hold at second base. There's a called strike 3. Curveball got Schaefer looking, froze him. First strikeout of the game for Moss.
Yeah, he froze him with breaking ball on the inside corner. 2 strikes you can't guess, especially in an RBI situation. Leaves it up to Keevan.
Keevan a shortstop, that little bat wiggle in his stance. So Moss, after really struggling early in this top half of the second inning, a chance to get out of it here against the number 9 hitter. Runner at second is Tyler Furtich, led off this inning with a walk. Even sees the count go to 2-0. Hanvey waits on deck. Really did not want to put Cameron Hanvey at the plate in an RBI situation here. But this is going to work just fine. Base hit for Keenan, being waved around is Furtich. And your number 9 hitter ties this game. Jack Keevan, the base hit.
10th RBI of the season, probably his biggest one right there, as he had just enough giddy up to get it over Hunter Francis, the second baseman, softly into right field. Very effective 2-out RBI hit.
And that also turns the order over to Cameron Hanvey. He bounced out to second. Start this game. He's going to look put this one down. Hanvey, good wheels. Picked up by Church. Going to put it in his pocket. Bunt single from Cameron Hanvey.
Well, he looked to bunt the first time up, the very first pitch of the ball game. Couldn't execute it. Saw the third baseman back in that situation in Garrett Church. And instead of trying to drive in the run, he tries to set the table right now. 2 runners on for Daven.
Darren had a single to right his first time up, hits this one well to left field. Stumbling is Gower. This is going to roll to the wall. Scoring easily is Keevan. Hanvey being waved. It's a 2-run double for Daniel Darren in a 3-1 lead.
Darren with a little bit of celebration at second base, and he deserves it right there as he took that first pitch and just laced it over the head of Gower. Second ball that's gone over Gower's head today. So right now, a couple big 2-out hits for Gibault. Daniel Darren right there with 2 RBIs with 2 outs following the RBI hit by Keevan.
Three runs have scored here with 2 gone in the top of the second inning. Hudson Blank, the number 3 hitter, will take a strike.
You know, that's going back to Cameron Hanvey knowing his role. He had a man on first. He's really not a gap hitter. He's a very, very good hitter, but he gets, okay, I'm going to just roll the line over, get another at bat, and get my big RBI guys up to the plate with 2-3 here, hitting and having a chance to drive in runs.
Blank reached on an error his last time up.
.35 RBIs on the year, so he's been able to deliver consistently for Gibault.
And did he get a piece of it? Nope. Everybody go back to where you are. He barely got a piece of the ball.
Blank chased a high fastball there. He might be looking breaking ball. You might want to come double him up and go with another fastball up. We'll see the choice they make.
Rope foul. Young fella on the berm down the left field side. I was going to suggest.
Boy, the race is on.
Yeah, but I was going to say get out of the way of that line drive. That one was smoked. Still ball and 2 strikes to Blank. Long look to second. Blank was fooled. His feet were dancing in the box, but he stays alive.
Yeah, he's got a couple tough swings this at bat, but he's got 1 swing left. Anytime you have the bat in your hands, you're a dangerous hitter. And we mentioned he has 35 RBIs, so we'll see what kind of adjustments he makes out of that slightly open stance he has right now.
And that's off the glove of Sobchak, and it will allow Darren to advance to third on the wild pitch. And a long inning for Drake Moss on the mound. Started off with a walk. Blank hits this one high, deep, hooking towards the line. It's out of here. Hudson Blank, a 2-run homer and a 5-1 lead.
Boy, he put a charge in that ball. We mentioned a couple of tough swings, but that he had one left, and he got that one to his liking right at the 5 spot, down the middle at the waist, and kaboom. He leaves the yard right inside the fair pole. And a big inning. You see the 5 on the board, all with 2 outs.
And that 2-out barrage started with the base hit from your number 9 hitter. So in succession, it's been single, single, double, home run, adds up to 5 runs.
Yeah, and the biggest hit of the inning, quite honestly, is that Keevan 2-out hit that tied things up 1-1 at that point. And then the bunt by Hanvey set the table for the big boppers who have come through and put a charge to the ball. That's the 3rd baseball in an inning at 2/3 that have been over the left fielder Gower's head. The Hawks with a big inning.
3rd home run of the season from Hudson Blank.
Now play number 19, Brady Biffer.
Brady Biffer will become the 8th batter to come to the plate here in the top of the 7th inning, or 2nd inning.
Well, Gibault wishes it was the top of the 7th. They wish he was 3 outs away, but a lot of baseball to be played. And we know that Goreville can put points on the board.
I haven't put a clock on this inning, but a lot of pitches thrown here by Moss. Gibault has been batting for a long time. Now go back as the count goes to 2-1 to what you said as we entered the inning. Your team scores you a run. Goreville gets a run to the bottom of the 1st. Then your job is, well, hold them right here.
Get a shutdown. It just didn't happen. There's no doubt about it. Moss laboring right now.
He'll miss high. 3 balls and 2 strikes to the cleanup batter, Brady Biffer.
You know, there's pitches, and then there's pitches with stress. And he's probably throwing 20 pitches this inning with, you know, big-time stress on him, game situations.
That'll be a called strike 3 right on the inside corner. So 8 batters come to the plate. 5 of them score. Big blows. RBI single from Jack Keevan. Bunt single Cameron Hanvey. Then back-to-back extra base RBI hits. Double from Daniel Darren at a 2-run homer for Hudson Blank. It all adds up to a 5-1 lead for Waterloo Gibault as we go to the bottom of the second.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
Work to be done here for Goreville Black Cats. Gibault puts a 5 spot on the board in the top of the second inning, and it'll be up to Drake Moss, Seth Green, and Drake Buffington to get things rolling here for Goreville in the bottom of the first. Black Cats 25-13 record on the season. Regular season finish not so good for Goreville, just 1-5 in their last 6 games before we hit the state finals.
Yeah, lost their last 4 in succession before beating Egyptian 7-0 in the first game of the regional. Then cruised against Pope County in this regional final.
Moss hits this ball well to left field. This ball's carrying towards the line. Off the wall. Moss will pull up to second. No, he's coming. Here's a throw to third. Moss stumbles, but he'll get there. Drake Moss with the leadoff triple.
The ball carrying way better than we would have thought. Moss chasing 4 runs. Says, doesn't matter if I make the first out third. I'm going to stay aggressive. Gets himself a 3-bagger. And Goreville will not go away. We're talking about Goreville's end of the season. My goodness, their last few ball games in the tournament, they won 2-1 in the sectional, 5-4 in the sectional, and 6-5 against a really good Effingham St. Anthony team in the super sectional. So 3 one-run W's for Sean Tripp's team.
Now play number 8, Zach Green.
Grant Kroc running at third base, courtesy runner for the pitcher Moss. The plate at Zach Green. And be delivered, strike 1. This is going to drive in a run, sinking in front of the left fielder and easily scoring. And Goreville, just like that, gets right back on the board. The RBI single from Green brings in Grant Kroc, and it is a 5-2 game.
And how about Green contributing right there? Nice job keeping his back. 5'7" freshman, hit only .231 on the season. Just doesn't matter. Gets his 6th RBI right there, getting that ball right in front of Brady Biffer in left field. Still no one out for the Black Cats.
We have 7 runs on the board, and this is the number 8 hitter for Goreville in the second inning. Had a lot of action early.
A lot of times in semifinal games, or obviously state tournament games, you see just dominant pitching. Both pitchers very effective, but neither pitcher is a power guy that's going to just throw the ball by their opponent.
That will stay fair. Frederick to Ferdich. It advances the runner, 1 gone.
Good job by Frederick. He had no chance to get the force out at second base. He knew that. Didn't even waste, that split millisecond looking a second. He just went across the diamond and made sure that he got the first out of the inning.
Number 9 hitter Nick Gower up. Green sitting out at second base, being held on there by Kunkelman. Little check swing. This will work as at least a bunt. Canby quickly off the mound, advances runner to third. 2 gone.
So Cole Tripp's job now is to get a 2-out RBI and bring his team just 1 run closer, get back in the ballgame with this at bat.
Tripp has driven in 18 runs this year. Sophomore, playing in his 39th game of the season.
And viewers, he is not, I repeat, he is not Sean Tripp's son. Sean Tripp's cousin's son. Had a chance to meet Sean Tripp's father out in the parking lot. He was a proud dad, as you should be.
Well, you want to keep the family bloodlines running. One of the assistant coaches on the Goreville staff is Peyton Tripp, and he is the son of head coach Sean Tripp. Ball and strike to Cole.
And the Goreville athletic director is Todd Tripp. So I think when Sean wants to bring the team down, he's asking for money. Where can we go for dinner? He's going to ask for a bigger check, right?
Straight over the top is Hanvey, and this one's fouled back up over the screen, straight back here at Dozer Park.
And how about both Sean Tripp in baseball, Todd Tripp in basketball, the same year eclipsing the 400 win mark in their respective sport.
That is incredible.
Yep.
For several reasons. One, 400 wins is
yes.
a milestone. Two coaches from the same school with 400 wins in 2 different sports. That's big. In the same year. And they're brothers. I posed the question. We talked to Sean earlier in the week, and I wonder if that has ever happened anywhere where 2 brothers in 2 different sports at the same school have picked up their 400th win.
Pretty cool story.
Tripp goes down swinging. That'll be the 3rd strikeout for Hanvey. However, for the 2nd straight inning, Goreville puts a run across the plate. RBI single from Zach Green, following a leadoff triple from Drake Moss. We'll head to the 3rd. 5-2, Waterloo Gibault lead. Today's game is available for download. Click the digital copy button under the event video player to download a digital copy of the event right to your computer. Today's game is also available for all subscribers via the NFHS Network Live mobile app for Apple and Android devices. Download the app from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store today to start watching live games wherever you are. I can vouch that I have done that many, many times. We're going to get started here in the top of the 3rd. Dave Bernhard, Mark Lindo with you. It's number 5 hitter in the order, Ty Frederick. The only man who did not bat for the Hawks last inning. He was victimized by outstanding play over at third base from Garrett Church and a pick on the other side at first base from Levi Damon. Church may get another chance here. Nope. Andy Scare. The one-handed grab and airmailed it over the head of pitcher Drake Moss. I'm watching Andy Scare, the coach down at third base, head coach for Gibault. He's in his 18th year, 294 wins. He caught the ball with his left hand. He threw the ball with his left hand, and given where the ball ended up, I'm not so sure Andy Scare is a left-handed thrower. Frederick goes down swinging. He's got that strikeout pitch working. He's got 3 in the last 2 innings.
Scare went to Kaskaskia, then Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville. Got the job down there, and then the great career in education he's had thus far.
On one hop and a backhand to Francis to first. That's 2 quick outs here in the 3rd.
And Andy Scare, you have something in common.
Indeed. Andy Scare is currently a math teacher.
Couple of math guys.
Yep. Well, he likes the math on the board right now.
Yeah, he got some good numbers, 5-5-0.
Darren Kunkelman will bat with 2 outs, going after the first pitch, foul territory. Damon over and just falls in front of the padding there on the first base side. Not a cloud in the sky. A little bit of breeze from right to left. We're up to 87 degrees right now.
And we're going to climb to the 90s for sure.
Right on the outside edge. Curveball.
We'll know it's hot when my partner Dave Bernhardt says, let's shut the window. Keep the AC in. Right now we're fighting it.
Kind of fists that out to center, and it will fall softly in front of Tyler Suits. 2-out single from Kunkelman. That's the 6th hit of the day for the Hawks.
That one was not hit hard, but very effective. Found some grass in right center field. Got the ball over Hunter Francis, the second baseman. Chance to do some 2-out damage once again.
Peyton Schaefer will adjust that batting helmet and step in. Schaefer, a team leading 4 triples despite just a .215 average. He does have 17 runs batted in this season. 6'3" sophomore. Short lead at first. Peyton fooled by that one. Peyton Schaefer, he'll wave at it, waiting on deck. It'll be Jack Keevan, big hit last inning to start a 5-run inning with 2 outs. Schaefer stares it down, and he'll go down looking for the second time in this game. A couple of strikeouts in the inning, 4 for the game. 1 hit, and that's it. We'll go to the bottom of the third. Goreville chasing a 3-run Gibault lead.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
Big day for Goreville High School here in the sports world. Now here, their baseball team playing in downtown Peoria, the state semifinals. And up north side of Peoria, it's girls softball in 1A. And middle of the third inning, Goreville holding a 1-0 lead over St. Bede. So the allegiances are split here. Here at 10 o'clock games. Congratulations to the athletic department. Since 2 schools, same day to the state semifinals.
Same day, same time, same town.
Leading it off to be Hunter Francis. Francis singled and scored in the first. He has one of the 4 hits Goreville's picked up. 2 in each of the first 2 innings and a run in each of the first 2. 2, 3, and 4 in the order. Hunter Francis, Tyler Suits, and Ian Sopchik. Cameron Hanvey on the mound. This one slicing away from center fielder Daniel Darren. Makes a running ankle-high catch in short right center field.
Really a nice catch in right center field gap. A long run, but he knew he had a beat on it. Got that glove down right to his knees at the last second. Really fine catch.
Stepping up, doing a little stretching in the batter's box is Tyler Suits. He doubled to deep left field to drive in the run in the first inning. That ball's really been carrying to left field today, and that's why Hanvey starts him out with a breaking pitch away. Left fielder Brady Biffer playing respectfully deep.
Well, you mentioned Goreville's softball team here in Peoria, baseball team in Peoria. Do you think that the Longhorn Cafe is open this morning or this afternoon?
Nope, doors are locked. Fly ball center field will tell you why that's significant. Into left center field and making a catch on the run is Daniel Darren for the second out. Okay, why is the Longhorn Cafe likely closed today?
Well, Ann Tripp, Sean's wife, owns a Longhorn Cafe, and it is a must-stop for anybody in the town of Goreville or anybody that drives through. So if you're trying to get off I-57 today for a stop there, don't bother, because I think the doors might be closed.
2 quick outs to clean up Peter Egan's soap check. He was a strikeout victim of Hanvey's in the first. I have a feeling a few folks will show up at the cafe either Sunday or Monday.
You think they'll be talking about softball and baseball?
They'll be trading stories,
yes, yeah.
right. They're hoping for good stories. Right now, though, Goreville trailing by 3 thanks to a 5-run second inning from Gibault. Out in front of it, foul.
Boy, that was a high, what they used to call a Baltimore chop. That ball was, what, 15 feet in the air after it hit the ground? And no matter how much you water things right now, it is just so dry. We're in drought situations throughout the state of Illinois in the Midwest.
This one is yanked foul, and this may actually leave the facility out onto Jefferson Street. It kind of runs curving around the left field wall, third baseline.
Well, he got around and about that baseball. That ball was, what, 60, 70 feet foul.
Waits on this one, can't find it. And for the second time, Sopchik becomes a strikeout victim of Hanvey. 4th strikeout for Hanvey. 3 complete in the books. 5-2 Gibault here in Peoria in your Class 1A semifinals. Gibault Catholic coming in with a 22-14 record. Rough start for the Hawks at the beginning of the season. First 10 games, 3-7, and that included a 6-game losing streak. But Gibault is regrouped and obviously powered through this state tournament, defeating Dupo and Marissa in the regionals. Sectional victories over Pawnee, and then a 5-4 win over Christ Our Rock Lutheran in the sectional before taking care of Jacksonville Route 7-3 in the super sectional. Coming to the plate here to start top of the 4th inning will be Jack Keevan.
Hawks had a losing record last season. They turned it right around to get to the state semifinals in 1 year. Quite the turnaround. Good job by the coaching staff and players to stay with it.
Well, you've got a school that just, you can see it from here, the Peoria Civic Center, where in the past you had the state basketball championships. This year, of course, in the last couple of years, they've been University of Illinois in Champaign, and the Hawks made the journey to Champaign, and they picked up their first state boys basketball championship this year. Keevan, a single and RBI, also scored a run, and it was his soft little line drive to right center that not only plated the first run, but opened the door for 4 more to follow, and that came with 2 outs in the 2nd inning. Keeping ahead in the count, 3-1.
And if Gibault wins this baseball game, they'll be talking about that 5-run inning for years to come.
Leadoff walk to the number 9 hitter. Keevan doing his job. Moss thought he had that one. You know, and how did that 5-run inning start in the second?
Base on balls.
Leadoff walk.
Yeah.
To the top of the order, and Hanvey batting for the 3rd time in 4 innings. And third baseman Garrett Church is well in on the grass. Hanvey pulls back in a bunt. Hanvey showed bunt his first time, laid down a base hit bunt his last time up.
Pitcher's worst enemy, leadoff walk. Coach's worst nightmare. They don't sleep with leadoff walks.
Short lead at first for Keevan. Hanvey chops it to the second baseman. Francis had to wait for the hop, but that'll advance Keevan to second base. Now bring up Daniel Darren. Darren, 2 hits and 2 at-bats. A single in the first. He was stranded at third. He doubled in 2 in the second, and he scored on a home run from Hudson Blank.
I know, I mentioned this first time up. He is listed 165 pounds, way stronger than that. I don't know what the weight is. He is a chiseled young man, and he's already shown us he can run. He's already shown us he can put a charge in the baseball, and he made a couple nice catches defensively last inning. At this point, he's been the key to the game.
His 9th double last inning, his 32nd run batted in, to go along with a .382 batting average coming into this tournament. He's got a runner in scoring position now, in the form of Keevan with 1 out. Sopchik can't find it, and finally he'll pick it up. Nobody was even attempting it to advance. 1 ball, 1 strike, in and out. First game of 4 here today at Dozer Park. First Class 1A semifinal. Henry Senachwine will take on Newman Central Catholic from Sterling. First appearance in the state finals for each of those 2 teams. See buses starting to pull up in various parts around here on Dozer Park, and after a short conference from Ian Sopchik, we have a little bit longer one. Moss laboring a little bit here.
That is Peyton Tripp. Sean's son works with the pitchers for Goreville. Having a meeting of the minds.
And now we'll.
Fred Murray at home plate umpire goes to speed things up, and this is not in any way a quote-unquote stall tactic because there's no one warming up in the Goreville bullpen. It's not trying to buy any time for that.
So everybody will head back to their positions. Darren will step into the box. Moss to the stretch and the delivery. At the count wrong, we'll fix it back up. 2 balls, 2 strikes now with 1 out.
Moss had only walked 13 coming in 45 innings. He's got home plate jumping on him a little bit today from a consistency standpoint. Just never found his arm slot, his release point from a consistent standpoint.
Tried to get that outside corner. Darren stared it down. Count 3-2. First base is open, but the man on deck, Hudson Blank, got one out of here last time. A deep home run to left field. Darren will go to the right side. This will advance the runner. Francis been a busy guy over at second base. Will go to Damon for out number 2. Bring up Hudson Blank, reached on an error, and then had that 2-run homer to cap the 5-run second inning.
You knew that ball was gone. Just would it stay fair or not? It obviously stayed right inside the fair pole, foul pole.
Francis again. Better hurry. For the third time in succession, Hunter Francis to Levi Damon. 4-3 put out, and Keevan stranded at third. Halfway home in this one, 5-2. Gibault the lead over Goreville.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
We're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid's solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
My kid earned that solo!
You saying I did?
Yeah,
Come on! What's wrong with
High school sports fans, never miss another game. Become a subscriber to the NFHS network to watch live event coverage, game replays, and highlights from high school sporting events from across the country. Millions of athletes, thousands of games, one destination, NFHSnetwork.com. We are high school. Dave Bernhardt, Hall of Fame coach Mark Lindo with you here in a warm day for high school baseball, but it's the final weekend of the 1A and 2A baseball seasons.
I always love when you're at the ballpark because we see the vastness of downtown Peoria in our background from up here, and you forget that it's a work day. You forget that you're in the middle of a city. You just know you're at the ballpark. What a better place to be. There isn't one.
5-6-7 here for Goreville in the bottom of the fourth inning. Garrett Church, Drake Moss, and Zach Green. Church freshman. Take it for strike two. Struck out back in the first inning. Envy getting it and throwing it. 3 pitches. And now it's officially a strikeout. And that will bring up Drake Moss. Moss tripled and scored. Back in the second.
Hanvey came in only 35 strikeouts in 59 innings. So that is not overpowering, but he moves the ball around, he locates, he changes speeds, and he's just got that winning bulldog type of attitude out on the bump.
Drake Moss thought he was hit by the pitch. Now Sean Tripp, head coach for Goreville, comes down to third baseline, and we're going to get some help from our corner umpires as Fred Marriott's calling Gerald Lowe and Gary Budzinski in to talk about it.
Now, I'm going to make a couple comments about this conversation. One, I think it's an outstanding job by the umpiring crew checking. Two, I can never figure out once the home plate umpire asks for help, all he did is say, did he get hit or not? I mean, it's not a conversation.
Right. Well, let's say he was hit by a pitch, so most of the conversation or most of the talking that time was done by the first base umpire, Gary Budzinski. So he saw something.
Yeah, and you don't, when you're the first base umpire there, you do not want to overrule the home plate umpire because they're working and they're collaborating with each other. But once the home plate umpire asks, you say, yes, I got it, and move on.
Well, just by the reaction from Moss.
It was real, yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like it broke a shin or anything. I mean, it was just a little tap, which is why we had a little bit of a discussion there, but I think he knew something happened.
Yeah, I mean, if either you or I were pitching, it would have been just a little tap.
I thought you were going the other direction with that.
Oh, you thought we were going to hit 95?
Yeah. Zach Green at the plate. Green single, drove in a runs, driven in one of the 2 runs today for Goreville. His RBI came in the second inning. move by Hanvey over to first base. This ball's hit hard to left field, sinking fast, and Biffer cannot come up with it. Dropped right in front of him, the single from Zach Green. He's 2 for 2 today. Moss will head to second.
The hit by batter has a little bit of an inning opened up right now for Goreville.
Now, batting number 11, Drake Buffington.
Drake Buffington bounced out to third. Lifts this one sky high behind home plate. Hudson Blank looking at it, makes it look easy. Nice job by Blank. Looking back up into that sun as well.
That is indeed Moss running for himself at second base. Could use a courtesy runner, but when you have an athlete like that, you want him out on the base pass. So Moss on second, Green on first with 2 outs.
Now you have Nick Gower. He's the number 9 hitter for Goreville. The Black Cats do what Gibault did in the second inning. Get a big hit here to keep an inning going for number 9. First pitch, foul down the line. Biffer, the left fielder for Gibault. I mean, he's playing in a big-time environment here, right? The ball ricocheted, came off the side wall a little bit, kind of rolled to the line. That Brady, I mean, this is big time, but there are no ball people down the lines to chase that one down. He had to go get it himself. That'd actually be pretty special.
That would, yeah.
This ball's hit hard. This is going to get down. This will drive in a run. Drake Moss comes in to score. It's a 5-3 game on the 2-out RBI single from Nick Gower.
Gower with a nice job, a 2-out run for Goreville after 5 earlier on the ball game for Gibault, and we got ourselves a ball game, 5-3. Goreville won't go away. Who scored? The hit batter.
There you go.
So base on balls, hit batsman, free runners.
Green advanced to second. Come back to the top of the order. And that's Cole Tripp.
Brady Biffer playing deep and way toward the line. Huge gaps in left center and right center field.
Pushes Tripp away a little bit. He leans back away from it. 2-1 to Cole Tripp. Bounce out in the strikeout today for Tripp. Leadoff batter here in the Goreville lineup. Black Cats at 25-13. And he'll look at strike 2.
Cameron Hanvey, the pitcher, works way on the first base side of the pitching rubber. A lot of times right-handers like to work on the third base side for better angles against a right-handed batter. A lot of times two-seam fastballs are more effective from the side he's going to, but not your breaking ball as much. So that's his comfort zone, however.
This one hooked and foul, and yeah, I'll take a good hop for the kids on the berm. Now I'm looking down there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I would say they are all within 1 year of each other. They all have about the same height. They're just perched out there, wandering around. They're the ball hogs.
War on the berm for baseballs.
Tripp looks at this one in the dirt. He's taking this count to 3-2. If they can get to him, Hunter Francis is on deck. Runners will be on the move. Make sure Hanvey comes home. Pitch to Tripp, a little fister into foul territory, harmlessly in front of the Gibault dugout. Bounces into the stands. Folks in the dugout are reaching back. So here, throw that foul ball back in. But here in the state finals, you keep them.
Yeah.
We'll do it again. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners aboard at first and second. What was once a 5-1 game is now 5-3. Cole Tripp at the plate. Tripp fists this one. This should stay in play, and once again bounces right in front of the Gibault dugout. Long run from Furtich, the first baseman, and Blank, the catcher.
And another souvenir and a nice gesture. Gentleman in the front row picks it up and hands it to a young lady about 10 years back, and she going back and showing mom and dad.
I'll tell you what, those may have been the 2 softest foul balls we will see going to the stands all weekend. A high hop and a lazy hop into the stands. Tripp doing his job as a leadoff hitter. He's working Hanvey here. Tripp checks it up. They'll check it, and he held up. So that will load the bases, and that was close.
So Goreville 1 swing away by Hunter Francis, getting right back in this baseball game.
That was Hanvey's first walk of this game. The first base runner this inning was a hit by pitch.
Gibault's gone 9-2 down the stretch after being just a 500 team mid-season.
You know, and you see that more so in baseball than any other sport that we cover. You just kind of find yourself, right? I mean, in basketball, you're good. Football, you're good. Maybe some injuries disrupt. Baseball, you just have to somehow find a rhythm.
Well, I mean, you talk about football. Let's call it as it is. I mean, you never see a 5-4 playoff team get to the state finals. It just doesn't happen, right? But you see teams in baseball that, you know, catch fire. Remember Plainfield East a couple years ago?
Yes.
What were they, 14-15 or 15-16 going into the tournament, and they won the whole thing in 4A. Get hot, get a couple pitchers hot.
Cole Francis at the plate.
He becomes the biggest at-bat of this game thus far, right here.
254 hitter. He had a single. He was robbed. A great catch in center field by Darren his last time up. To third, a short hop by Frederick. And that will close out the inning. A run comes across, but the bases will be loaded. We'll head to the 5th inning. Gibault hanging on to the 5-3 lead.
Academy Sports and Outdoors has something for everyone in your family. From top sports brands to backyard cooking or the best in the outdoors. The North Face, Yeti, Columbia, or Magellan Outdoors, Academy has it all. Whether you're celebrating familiar traditions or exploring new ones, we've got what you need in here to have fun out there. Start your next adventure and make lifelong family memories at Academy Sports and Outdoors. Download our app or shop at academy.com.
This NFHS Network Championship event is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Goreville taking the field here to start the top of the 5th inning, and they are hoping they don't look back and say, ooh, we let one get away from us in the bottom half of the last inning. However, the big 2-out hit from Nick Gower drove in a run to narrow it to a 2-run game. And I know we had a lot of action on the bases last inning or last half inning, but this game feels like it's settled in just a bit.
Certainly has, and you're probably either team one big hit or one big defensive play from winning this baseball game. Now we're starting to get through the middle innings into the end innings. Brady Biffer, all 5-6 of them leading off. A little bit diminutive Dynamo. He pitches for them as well, playing a little outfield and handles the bat very well.
We'll see him on the mound sometime this weekend. It's our first Class 1A semifinal, game number 2. Newman Central Catholic out of Sterling to take on Henry Senachwine. That will follow this one after a little field prep, infield warm-ups. And we'll get into 2A baseball in the afternoon. Biffer will try to put it down.
I'm a big fan of the bunt attempts I've seen here in the first 4 innings of this baseball game.
Yeah.
Gotta love the drag bunt. I'm a big fan of a sacrifice bunt as well. I know the analytics. I know giving up outs. But I think you put the ball in play, you make high school defenses work, and good things happen offensively.
Beffer swings away at this one, kind of pulled off that one a little bit.
Stay tall, front side over the baseball. Good things will happen as a hitter. But when you pull off a little bit, your head moves, your sight line moves, and your batting average drops.
It's spun off the end of the bat, and it will reach the upper level here at Dozer Park for bounding right behind the Goreville dugout.
See, he didn't barrel that ball at all, but it was a better swing. He stayed in and over the baseball there.
Moss will paint that outside corner, and Biffer will go down looking. 4 straight retired by Drake Moss.
Number 2, Ty Frederick.
Both games are in the 5th inning. On the north side of town, the girls' softball championships. It's St. Bede that's taken a 3-1 lead over Goreville. And here the boys on the baseball side trailing by 2 as well in the 5th. Ty Frederick 0 for 2 today.
One of many on Gibault, part of the state championship basketball team. Cameron Hanvery, Hudson Blank, Peyton Schaefer, Michael Wessel, Andy Altess, all of those part of the championship Gibault basketball title team.
Taken for a strike. So Ty Frederick is at the plate. On deck, batting next will be Tyler Furdich. His first one, though, is chopped to trip it short. Gathers himself, 2 gone. And what is interesting about these two fellas, Ty...
Can you spell both those names?
Yeah, I will. First name Ty for Ty Frederick. First name Tyler for Tyler Furdich. Okay, so you want spellings of their last names? Ty Frederick, F-R-I-E-R-D-I-C-H.
Okay.
Okay. Tyler Furdich, F-R-I-E-R-D-I-C-H.
That doesn't add up, does it?
Not related. They pronounce their names completely different. Lifted to the first baseman. Ooh, and it might have lost in the sun for a moment, but Levi Damon recovers. 6 straight retired by Drake Moss, keeping his team in the game. To the bottom of the 5th we go in a 2-run game here in your Class 1A semifinals. Fifth inning here at Dozer Park, and for Goreville, they scraped across a run last inning. They left the bases loaded. They'll see what they can do against Cameron Hanvey. Very efficient here today.
Only 56 pitches coming in, so he should be able to go the distance if he keeps this kind of pitch count. So important, especially in this heat.
However, he has allowed some base runners. He's given up 6 hits today, 2 hits in each of the scoring innings, the 1st, 2nd, and 4th for Goreville. And to get it started here will be the middle of the order, 3-4-5 here for the Goreville Black Cats. Tyler Suits, Ian Sobchak, and Garrett Church. Suits doubled in a run in the 1st inning. Goreville, the home team. Hanvey likes the sign. Here he comes. Off the glove of Ty Frederick at 3rd. That'll be an error, and that'll be a leadoff batter aboard.
So we talk about free runners, whether it's a base on balls, whether it's a hit batsman or an error. Now, that's a tough error. That ball was hit with authority, but you don't make plays. You base runners on, you open up innings.
To the cleanup hitter, Sobchik.
Sam Knox, fine administrator from the IHSA that runs this tournament down the left field line, has a thermometer in his hand, taking field-like temperatures to see if there would need to be any kind of break for hydration.
And how many years ago was that when that rule was instituted here in Illinois?
Yeah, that's an NFHS rule. It's a National Federation High School rule that Illinois follows, of course.
Sobchik at the plate. He has struck out twice in this game. Short lead at first for Suits. Waves at that one. Not a good day at the plate for Sobchik. He goes down swinging. He has 3 of the 5 strikeouts that Hanvey has produced today.
Number 31, Garrett Church.
And he comes in a .312 hitter.
Garrett Church also struck out a couple of times today. So here are your 4-5 hitters in the Goreville lineup. 5 trips to the plate, 5 times they have struck out. Good pitch right there from Hanvey. Just caught the outside edge.
Hanvey doing a better job living on the edge. Home plate 17 inches. He threw that one 17 and a half and still got the call.
And that goes off the hands of Church, or right off the wrist. You know, and now they're going to ask for a check at first base. Andy Scare will come out and say, okay, let's see if we got this one. But right away, Gary Budzinski, or check that Fred Marriott, the home plate umpire, indicated it got him on the wrist. I believe this one's probably going to be confirmed.
See, again, I'm going to repeat something I did last time. That's good umpiring to get it right, using your partner, working as a team. But it's either did he or did he not. It's not I don't know what conversation is necessary. Just a question.
Goreville coming right back. 1 gone, runners first and second for Drake Moss. He is triple, and he was hit by a pitch. And he'll lift this one to right field. Ball dropping fast, and it will fall fair. Peyton Schaefer can't get it. He'll track it down in the bullpen. Here's a throw home. It's a good one. 1 run will score. They're going to send another. The throw out. Aggressive base running, and that ball that got loose on the throw from right field kicked up ever so nicely. And it was the trailing runner, Garrett Church, who was called out at home. It'll be an RBI for Drake Moss, and we've got ourselves a 1-run game.
Just a tough read when you're running the bases, because you see the ball going errant. You see the pitcher is not in a backup position. He was right behind home plate. But as you so properly called, that ball came right back to him. Any kind of bound a different direction, that run would have scored.
It was an aggressive send, and really had that ball just kind of stuck along the railing there, that runner, Church, would have scored easily.
Now plate number 8, Zach Green.
Trainer heading into the Goreville dugout to check on a possible injury from that last play.
Zach Green at the plate with 2 outs. The tying run at second. So Moss has been on base all 3 times he's come to the plate, in addition to the pitching he's doing. Pickoff attempt. Moss, the pitcher, now he was run for way back in the 2nd inning. He's run for himself here these last 2, because you get that 1 re-entry and If you're taken out the second time, that's it. Once again, Hanvey paints the corner on Green. He's 2 for 2 today. Zach Green, a couple of singles, both to left field. Goreville just picking up its 7th hit of this game. Green fists it straight back. Hanvey got out of a bases loaded jam last inning with 2 outs, and see if he can pull it off here with Green.
Any kind of single or any kind of base hit of any, Moss score easily. Outfield playing plenty deep. They would never be able to throw out the speedy Moss at home on any kind of base hit.
Green will bend away from that one. Count to 1-2. Softly hit to short. Keeving up with it. Throws across. Damage is minimized. 1 run crosses the plate. Goreville scored in 4 of the 5 innings, and they have made it a 1-run game. We have played 5 complete here in Peoria. 5-4 Gibault on top of Goreville.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
You're watching live coverage of the IHSA Baseball Championships on the NFHS Network. NFHSnetwork.com/IHSA is your destination for the most comprehensive coverage of Illinois high school playoff action. Dave Bernhard, Mark Lindo from Peoria. Good ball game here in your first 1A semifinal.
Yeah, Gibault with 5 up on the board in the second inning. Took a 5-1 lead, but Goreville just won't go away. Gibault would love to have a little bit of insurance here going in deep into the innings.
May I make a correction, Mr. Hall of Fame baseball coach?
You may.
Yeah. Drake Moss is doing the pitching for Goreville. He was running at second base, and I made the comment that you can't take him out twice. Well, obviously you can run a courtesy runner for your pitcher and catcher.
And you know that.
I do know that.
You've known that for years and years.
I know that.
Sometimes we say the darndest things.
See some more folks walking along the sidewalk along Jefferson Street, getting ready for some more baseball action here today. 7-8-9 here for Gibault Catholic. It's Darren Kunkum at the plate. He's 1 for 2 today.
You talk about the people coming in the ballpark. What's the over and under today on how many sunburns there are going to be today?
Well,
one high sky, probably 8 or 9 on the UVA.
Tapper to trip it short. 1 gone. That's 7 in a row retired by Moss since a leadoff walk in the 4th inning.
Yeah, he's got 3 4-3 putouts, a 6-3 putout, or 2 of those, 1 strikeout. So he's really mixed things up, kept the ball in the infield by changing speeds and changing location.
So you made the comment way back at the top of the 2nd inning after Goreville got a run in the 1st inning. You said, okay, so Moss needs to come out here and kind of shut him down. Well, gave up 5 runs, but boy, has he done his job since then.
He's done. That's good mental approach to the game. Number 6, Tyler Wally, pinch hitting.
Wally batting for Peyton Schaefer. Schaefer struck out looking a couple times, wasn't seeing the ball all that well, so Andy Scare says, let me get a pinch hitter in for him.
Boy, he took a good pass at that baseball. Only comes in hitting 156, a non-starter, but he went with a big-time approach to that ball. Attack mode.
This one's in the infield and foul territory now, drifting over. Who wants it? And it was the third baseman, Garrett Church, and the pitcher, Drake Moss, that both pulled up at the same time. What a sick feeling it is for each of those two young men.
Yeah, and that was miscommunication, either verbal or nonverbal. You might say, what's Moss doing there? He's a pitcher. Well, obviously he's a regular infielder as well, but that's probably the third baseman's ball coming in.
Check swing foul. Very quickly, Tyler Wally down to count 0-2. Moss from that full windup. You talk about sunburns.
Yeah.
Not going to happen with all those people underneath the upper deck.
No, they got the right idea.
There's about 5 times as many people underneath the stands as sitting down in front. Wally hit by a pitch. So the pinch hitter reaches, and that was after Moss had him down 0-2.
Yeah, he missed by what? A good 20 inches on the outside on the 0-2 pitch. Then he tried to come with a breaking ball, and he threw that one right at the back shoulder.
So Peyton Schaefer will come back in and run in his spot in the order. So he will be down at first base.
At plate, number 23, Jack Keevan.
Left-handed hitter Keevan, good chance to put a little runner in action if you want.
Keevan from that 9 spot. Single, drove in a run, scored a run, and he also walked. One out here in the top of the 6th. Right through to right field. Cruising into second will be Schaefer. What a day Keevan's having.
On base all 3 times, a base hit, a RBI. Base on balls, another base hit there. 9-hole hitter with some productivity.
Now batting number 4, Cameron Hanvey.
Brings us to the top of the order, and Cameron Hanvey.
I think that's probably the guy that Gibault wants to have up right here in this situation is Hanvey.
He's been, he's just 1 for 3. He's been pesky today.
398 hitter, his average dropped today.
Scoops this one. This is slicing down the left field line, and that's a fair ball. Kicks into the corner. Schaefer scores easily. Keevan being waved around. He will score a 2-run double from Cameron Hanvey.
Yeah, we just got done saying that's the man, the right time at the right spot, the right place, and he inside out that ball down the left field line. 2 runs with 2 outs, 7 on the board for Gibault, all with 2 outs this time. Or excuse me, only 1 out in this situation. I'm sorry, because it was 2 strikes with a hit batsman, but they have been very productive. And it's all started with that hit batsman, and then Keevan with his second hit of the day, keeping things moving the line.
We've gone to a 7-4 game.
Stepping to the plate, number 5, Daniel Aaron.
Now Sobchak will head out, talk to Moss. Courtesy runner at second base for Hanvey is Andy Altus.
So Gibault has regained, they've had the lead, but they've regained the momentum that Goreville has been pecking away at.
Daniel Darren at the plate.
I love watching him swing the bat. He gets his money's worth. I would surmise he's going to put the barrel on this baseball, this at bat.
Drove in 2 earlier today with a double to left field. Boy, we've talked about often. There's some guys that just look like hitters. Right?
Looks hitterish. That's what he just looks like a hitter. He looks like a baseball player.
Aaron, the senior, stares that one down. Count 1-2.
He'll be going to Lindenwood, St. Louis, right? Lindenwood.
Mm-hmm. You know, actually, there's a few Lindenwoods out there. Didn't get clarification as to which one it would be. He lines this one to center, well hit, and that's the second out of the inning as Suits comes up with it. Hudson Blank, a 2-run homer today. So the first run that scored was a hit batter and a pinch hitter. Then Keevan once again in the middle of multiple run innings here for Gibault from the 9th spot in the order.
And that hit batter was with 0-2 count.
Yep.
Then Moss missed big outside, then missed with a breaking ball that he got underneath on the 1-2 count.
Tripp did all he could do, and that was keep the ball in the infield. Infield single for Hudson Blank. Puts runners at first and third with 2 out.
Really good job by Andy Scare in the third base coaching box. I had my eyes on him. He was waving, and then he saw Tripp elongate himself, lay out to keep the ball in the infield. Good play by Tripp, but he has hands up immediately to stop his would-be base runner.
Courtesy runner over at first base for Waterloo Gibault. That's Michael Wessel running for Blank. At the plate is Brady Bifford.
Really small leadoff. First and third, 2 outs. A lot of times you'll try to get a stealer on here with a first and third offensive play.
Hit well to right field. Coming in a little bit, though, is Drake Buffington, and that will close out the inning. But a very productive one again for Gibault. Just as Goreville makes a move, Gibault answers. 2 runs, 3 hits in the inning. 2 RBI double from Cameron Hanvey, and it's a 7-4 lead for the Hawks as we go to the bottom of the 6th.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
Today's game is available for download. Click the digital copy button under the event video player to download a digital copy of the event right to your computer. Today's game is also available for all subscribers via the NFHS Network Live mobile app. You can get that for your Apple and Android devices. Download the app from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store today to start watching live games wherever you are. Crunch time here for the Goreville Blackcats. They look to advance to the state championship ball game. Down by 3. Goreville won state championship in its school history. That came under Sean Tripp in 2016. Second place finish and 3/3. Waterloo winning a state championship back in 2013 under head coach Andy Scare and finished second in 2019. He's just 6 outs away from coaching in his 3rd state championship game.
Yeah, if you're Goreville, of course, you'd like to put 4 runs on the board, take the lead, 3 to tie, but not necessary. What is necessary if you're Goreville is to get a run on the board. 1 inch a little bit closer, and 2, just try to regain that momentum from those 2 runs that Gibault put up in the first, in the top of the inning.
It's 8-9-1 here in the 6th. Drake Buffington, Nick Gower, and back to the top of the order, and Cole Tripp for Goreville. And Buffington misses that one badly. That's one of those swings where you're happy you did not hit the ball.
Yeah.
Count evens up at 2-2.
Hanvey loving to work on the outer edge of the plate.
He gets Buffington there. And they'll say no need to even throw it down to first base.
And that one was down the middle, not on the outer edge, but it had good rotation down. That ball probably went down with a breaking ball about 4 to 6 inches. Good 12-6 breaking ball right there that really changed planes. Buffington just couldn't keep his hands back long and strong enough.
You know, if I just told you, if you just tuned us in, that Hanvey has 7 strikeouts here and 5 1/3 innings, you say, boy, you know, how hard does this guy throw?
No.
Not the case.
He's just a craftsman. He will not overpower you.
He's facing Nick Gower. Gower drove in a run the 4th inning. Goreville has scored in every inning but 1. Single spots in the 1st, 2nd, 4th, and 5th. Strikeout number 8.
Punch him out. Fastball up. Couldn't catch up above his hands. You know, there's the MVP of pitching: movement, velocity, and placement. So movement means, you know, moving the ball inside out, up and down. Placement means putting it where you want it. Velocity, people think that means, okay, is he throwing 90? No, it's changing speeds. Changing, going from, if you're only throwing 77, 78, maybe throw 174, 180. Just change speeds as well.
Top of the order in Tripp. Ground out, strikeout, and a walk today. You can see Hanvey changing speeds here. He's really, really settled in. Kind of struggled early. He's given up some runs, given up some hits. This one high, and this should be out of play. It'll land about 4 or 5 rows deep. And he's retired his last 3.
Hudson Blank looked over to the dugout for the next pitch selection coming from the bench area. He's got command of the breaking ball. He can pitch what we call pitching backwards. He can go ahead and throw the breaking ball on when he's behind the count 2-1. He just did.
Foul ricochets off that screen. That's, you know, you look back, the ball that was thrown away at home plate when Goreville was looking to score a run, and then they nailed it at the plate because it took such a fortuitous hop. Big play in this game, and then Gibault comes right back and puts the 2 spot up at the top of this inning. Tripp's taking the count to 3-2. Gets a piece of it. And off, I believe, off our home plate umpire's chest protector.
Yeah, they're going to take a second to let him regroup. That did hit him right in the chest.
Fred Marriott's had a very active day behind the plate with hit batters, and now he himself takes one. And of course, your catcher, Hudson Blank, goes out and has a conversation, meaningless conversation, but just to give your umpire a little bit of a break back there.
And that umpire is going to appreciate that.
Yep.
And then you're maybe looking for a call, right?
No.
You know, that is mutual respect.
It is. Good catchers know how to work with umpires.
Tripp will draw a walk. That's a really good at bat from Cole Tripp. Second walk of the day for Tripp. It's the second walk of the day by Hanvey, who's also hit a couple of batters. Hunter Francis will try to keep this inning alive. 1 for 3 today with a run scored. Off the end of the bat, foul territory. Ferdich with room and makes the catch right in front of the tarp. Excellent play from first baseman Tyler Ferdich. Closes out this 6th inning. No runs on the board for Goreville. So it'll be Gibault that will take a 3-run lead as they bat in the top of the 7th.
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends. Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Well, how would you like to be batting with a 3-run lead in the Class 1A semifinals? You go into the top of the 7th inning, and Waterloo Gibault feeling pretty good about themselves right now.
Yeah, their 2-spot in the last inning really created a little bit of separation. They have carried that momentum into holding Goreville scoreless in the bottom of the inning, so they are in good shape right now.
Drake Moss is still out there for Goreville. Boy, back in the 2nd inning when he gave up 5 runs and really had a problem finding the plate early in that inning. Didn't know that we would see him here in the 7th.
Tried to go the distance. Got 3 outs to give his team one more shot.
He'll be going up against Ty Frederick, Tyler Ferdich, and Darren Kunkelman. If there's ever a hold 'em inning, this is where it has to be right here.
This is a must if you're Goreville.
Frederick today 0 for 3.
Good paint right there by Moss, right on the outer edge. Gets himself ahead, 1 and 2. He's working very quickly right now, which I think is so important for pitchers to work quickly. Get rhythm, tempo. Same thing with your defense. Defense in the outfield playing pretty straight away right now, not too deep.
Slowly hit to Tripp. He'll approach, rounded, throws, the stretch, out. 1 gone.
You know, I'm impressed by Tripp. His ability to, he got around that baseball, then ran through it, and he knows the strength of his arm. Really solid play there on a ball that wasn't hit very hard.
102 pitches now for Drake Moss. 71 of them strikes. Again, the only time he really lost it was there in the second inning. This one high to Suits in center field. Looking right up into the sun. It's 2 quick outs.
And he's needed some efficiency this inning, and so far so good if you are Drake Moss.
Kunkelman with one of the 9 hits that Gibault has put on the board today. 5'10" sophomore.
Well, he wants to get it and throw it. Kunkelman trying to slow down the pace and tempo just a bit. We got technology wires with my Hall of Fame partner all over the place.
What I do? Off the end of the bat, this is going to get down. Just falls behind the second baseman, Francis. Kunkelman has his second hit of the day. Comes with 2 outs here in the 7th.
I got to tell people what I'm witnessing with Dave Bernhardt to my left. He has all of his notes electronically on an iPad. He's keeping score electronically on an iPad. All substitutions on an iPad. And he's already got the next game ready on an iPad. Now I got papers strewn all over the place.
You're the master of Scotch tape, though. I got to say that.
Whatever works.
Peyton Schaefer at the plate. Schaefer was pinch hit for his last time up. He came on to run for his pinch hitter. That was Tyler Wally, who had walked, and Schaefer scored on the 2-run double from Hanvey. But Schaefer will go down on strikes, and that will close out the 7th inning for Gibault. Well, it's pretty simple now. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Goreville needs 3 to tie. 4 would send them to the championship game.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorites.
I can heard that solo!
You see like this?
Yeah!
If you were going to start a rally and you needed 3 runs, you started with your 3, 4, 5 hitters. That's exactly where Goreville is this inning. Tyler Suits, Ian Sopchik, and Garrett Church. Now, there's a qualifier to that. Suits, double, scored a run, drove a run in. However, Sopchik and Church, 5 strikeouts combined from the 4 or 5 spots in the order.
Yeah, you don't feel good when you get 4 and 5 to get punched out 5 times. You don't even think you're in a baseball game. But yes, they are. Suits has one job. That's to get on base any which way he can.
Hanvey still on the mound. Waved at by Suits.
A lot of time you'll see catch-up baseball rules effect. What I mean by that is to simplify the rules. You take till you get strike 1 here, but no, they went up a hunting, a hacking, and a slashing.
Curveball, strike 2. Well, I've been very impressed with Hanvey here in the last 4 or 5 innings. Given up some runs, but he has moved the ball around. He's moved the ball in terms of changing planes, changing speeds.
He's got just a presence on the hill. He knows what he's doing. 60 feet, 6 inches away.
And there is strikeout number 9. Throws the fastball by Suits.
He gets the baseball from his third baseman, Frederick, and just kind of grabs it with one hand defiantly, like, okay, I got some juices going right now, some adrenaline rush going, understandably so.
He faces Sopchik. Hard off the glove of Frederick at third. Sobchak will be there over at first, and that will be an error on Ty Frederick. That ball was hit hard.
That ball was a rocket, but Frederick, that was right at him, and he just didn't react quickly enough to glove the ball. It went off his glove, but he did not glove the ball. We'll see if that opened a door for Goreville.
Garrett Church, 6'2" freshman at the plate. He was hit by a pitch his last time up. That's a check swing off his hands. Nothing Hudson Blank, the catcher, could do about that one. It's old school there from Blank behind the plate. That regular baseball cap turned around backwards, and then he, of course, throws the new mask down on top of it. We were talking about Yogi Berra earlier today. I heard you use some Yogi Berra isms. That made me think of that.
There you go.
The cap just turned backwards. Not as much protective gear as catchers have now, of course. Off the end of the bat towards right field. Schaefer has a long way to come, and it will fall between Kunkelman and Schaefer. And the tying run will come to the plate.
Or Schaefer playing very deep in right field. That ball carried. He wasn't even close to it with his depth. I think right now, if you're Gibault, you want to make somebody hit the ball over your head right now instead of letting them dink and dunk back into this baseball game. Put the bat on the ball, good things happen.
Drake Moss at the plate. Triple, single, he's driven in a run. His spot in the order is scored 2. Moss hard, double play chance here. Keevan, Kunkelman to first, not in time. Church out at second. Sobchak advances to third. And again, the tying run coming to the plate. However, it is Gibault fans that know they only need 1 out to send themselves to a state championship ball game.
Gibault fans on their feet, the first base dugout. Flat out feeling it.
Zach Green for Goreville. Take the first pitch a little bit low. Canby couldn't believe that one. A little hop on the mound. Thought he had the first pitch strike.
Southwest corner of the state is Waterloo.
Green just looking to keep the line moving here. Couple of hits today for Green. 2 balls, no strikes. Two and 0, 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th and a 3-run lead. Runner at first breaks. They'll let him go. Green will take it for a strike.
Good take by Green. Probably not going to hit the ball at the ballpark, so he's got to get himself on base as a tie run. Indifference right there on the stolen base.
They can get to him. Drake Buffington is on deck. 3 balls and a strike.
Yeah, one more high one. The plot thickens even more.
Yes. Hanvey from the stretch. Up the middle and through. Scoring easily is Sobchak. They'll wave Moss in. We have a 1-run game in the bottom of the 7th. 3rd hit of the day for Zach Green.
How about that? We're going to go down to the last batter, one way or the other here. 7-6 ball game. 19 hits on the board. 10 for Gibault. 9 for Goreville. And Goreville's going to need 1 or 2 more.
Clutch hitting from Zach Green.
And unbelievably at this juncture, Goreville in an opportunity to walk off here with 2 runs.
Looks like we may get a pinch hitter here for Goreville. Grant Kroc has picked up a bat.
206 hitter, 5 RBIs. Well, the decision Sean Tripp has is how aggressive is he going to be on the bases. That's his decision. If you're Gibault, you don't want to even think about pitching out until you're ahead on the count. You don't want to get behind, set up a base on ball situation. So if you're going to go, you're going to maybe go on this pitch.
Sophomore at the plate. Lead at first to Green. Decent sized lead, inching a little more. And a token toss over to first.
We mentioned Schaefer was playing deep. Now he's moved in a little bit, but now you probably want to play a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
Make them get 2 hits instead of 1 over your head to go the wall.
Well, that's in right field.
Yep.
The ball over his head ties this game. Only the 35th at bat of the season for Kroc. Goreville has plated 2. In the air, foul, out of play. Ball and a strike.
Surprisingly, both benches quiet right now. Usually you hear a lot of noise on either side. Just kind of let things play out.
Gibault fans a little quieter than they were, but they're on their feet. Lead at first, Green. He stays. The pitch. Kroc will take high. 2 balls and a strike.
Sean Tripp gives no signals at all. So it must not be a run situation unless there's some kind of verbal signal.
3 balls and a strike. Hanvey will take that trip around the mound and gather himself. Nick Gower, the number 9 hitter, he drove in a run back in the 4th inning. He's on deck. Ball 4, tying run in scoring position. Wow.
2 on the board, 2 on the bases. We wouldn't have expected nothing else.
Andy Scare will make that walk out to the mound, and looks like we're going to get some changes here. Hanvey not happy that he was not able to finish this off. It's like they're bringing Daniel Darren in from center field. Hanvey getting a big hand.
Justifiably so. Did a whale of a job. Kind of ran out of gas late in this heat. It appears to be Darren. 5'8", 195, a senior. Only 10 innings pitched all season long. He comes in to close the game. But how about this? 10 innings pitched, 16 strikeouts.
There you go.
So if he has command, he has the ability to use a fastball that he can get it up there.
Well, the 10 innings result of injuries he's battled throughout the season. Hit 91 on the gun last year. As you said, only thrown 10 innings this year, but here's a pretty big 1/3 of an inning right now.
Got 1 out to get to send his team to this title game.
He'll be facing Nick Gower. It's like Hanvey will head out and have a conversation with Brady Biffer in left field. Well, you want to draw in your first game of 4 today? You've got it right here.
You know, and I always look between innings. Daniel Darren, I don't think warmed up in between innings. So there was never any way down in the bullpen.
He knew he would be on call sometime this weekend.
I don't think he's going to try to trick you very much. I think he's going to come right out here, play some old-fashioned hardball.
Yep. All right, warm-up toss is completed. Nick Gower, 5'9" sophomore, coming into this tournament, 186 batting average. He has a hit and an RBI today, but he's facing a new pitcher in the form of Daniel Darren.
Here we go.
Winner advances to the 1A title game tomorrow. Ball one. And that is not velocity that the Goreville hitters have seen today.
No, once again, do you let him swing the bat here? Or do you have to take a strike with the new relief pitcher who didn't warm up as much? Take a strike.
Well, you're definitely taking
yes.
now, yeah. Darren missed twice in the same location. There's a strike. Zach Green's at second. Grant Kroc is at first. Tying run at second, winning run at first base. They are not holding Kroc on at first. Gower swings right through a fastball well behind it.
Yeah, he's not going to catch up there.
Yep, you're right. Nothing fancy on these next few pitches here.
I like that timeout by Hudson Blank, though. I really do. You know, he settled his pitcher down. No, he didn't need to do that. He just threw 2 straight strikes. But let's get on the same page. What do you want here? What do we want to do?
Gower will step back in.
He certainly can go fastball up again if he wants.
Oh! It is ball 3, and the crowd, seeing the reaction of our home plate umpire, Fred Marriott, that he was looking to ring him up, didn't do it, and now the runners will be in motion. Just getting a piece, staying alive is Gower.
That was a exciting second of baseball. We thought the right hand was coming up, and it went right back down.
The Gibault players had their knees almost up to the railing to hop over the railing to celebrate a victory. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners will be going. Tying run at second, winning run at first. Gower wants time. Sophomore steps back. And in he comes. Daniel Darren on the mound. 3-2 pitch. Just getting a piece again. Good cuts there by Gower. He was right on that fastball.
Good, good job by Gower. He's fouled off 2 of them in a row. Can't see. He's really not up off the bottom of the bat. I think he'd want to give a little bit more with 2 strikes. Put it in play is his only goal right here.
Breaking ball high, the bases are loaded.
How about that at bat by Gower? Really a good job fouling off a couple pitches. And then Daniel Darren had not thrown a breaking ball, but he fouled off 2 fastballs, so he went with a breaking ball instead of going with his bread and butter. And now the bases are juiced.
For Cole Tripp, top of the order. The winning run now at second base, tying run at third. Strike 1.
Big strike 1.
Left fielder Brady Biffer playing very deep. A lot of green between shortstop and left field. There's a breaking ball for a strike. Strike 2.
That was a hammer. That ball went straight down.
No balls, 2 strikes. Just missed.
Good frame by Blank. Tried to get it back in. And Marriott, good job not calling that one. That was up and out.
Strike 3 call, and that'll do it. Waterloo Gibault, as they did in basketball. to be playing for the Class 1A State Baseball Championship tomorrow.
Got to punch out on a breaking ball right down the middle. Froze. Tripp comes in and gets the save. And Gibault advances in an exciting baseball game, one-run game. Exactly what we would have wanted to kick off this weekend.
It was a 5-run top of the second inning for Gibault. It gave them a 5-1 lead. Goreville kept hacking back, cut it to 5-4 before Gibault stuck 2 more on in the 6th. And for the second time in this game, Goreville leads the bases loaded after scoring 2 runs here in the bottom of the 7th. But it will be Gibault playing for a state championship tomorrow in Class 1A. The final score, Waterloo Gibault 7, Goreville 6. Game number 1 in the books here in Joliet. We have another semifinal to come here in Class 1A before we get to 2A action this afternoon. Coming up next here on the NFHS Network, it will be Sterling Newman Central Catholic taking on Henry Senachwine. But in this one, your final score once again, Gibault 7, Goreville 6. For Mark Lindo, I'm Dave Bernhardt. Thanks for joining us on the NFHS Network.